Hey there.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Good, but I'm not caught up with your questions.
Not caught up with my question.
About the $500 grants.
Oh, I'm caught up. I just sent you an email and I sent the request to Kim again, and I talked to Ken Martin and he talked
Look
to
at
his
you.
treasurer, and so that has not yet been sent or received.
Okay. Well,
It
thank
was
you
just,
for letting me know. I'm going to go back and look at the financial statements. Good morning, Steve.
The
And
link
see.
that Coach sent out is invalid.
yes, that's what I typed that in there because he typed up something and it just said
Uh-oh.
invalid
I better
ID.
let me stop and deal with that then right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like, okay. Mhm. Edit. So would you guys just go back to the link you had from before?
Yeah.
From your email previous, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I did too.
And I emailed Coach and told him.
Oh, did you? Okay, well then I
And
don't
I,
have to
and
worry
I
about
may
it.
I am emailed everybody and told them, but I didn't tell them what to do. I just said this one doesn't work.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I have to leave early to make up for, at least I arrived early. Because I have to drive down to Corvallis and visit them.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I'm going home and then I'm going to Fort Jones, California to watch their um,
Oh,
melodrama.
Diane will be so excited. Are you staying with her?
No, I'm not. She's got her grandkids. And
Mm.
I got the melodrama is in Fort Jones, and I got the one rental room. There's one Airbnb with one room, no hotel. I've got that room.
Oh, that's great. She'll be so thrilled.
Yeah, she and I have been, she's going to try to connect when I'm up at the Medford clubs, um, whenever that is. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. How are you, Chris?
Good.
Good. Good morning, Robbie. Good morning, Steve.
Good
Morning.
morning, Gary. Good morning, Steve.
Yeah.
There. Thanks for adjusting. All I could see was the top of your head.
Yes, I'm multitasking this morning.
Oh, huh.
Yeah,
Never,
yeah.
never heard of doing that.
Never right, exactly. Well, how is the weather up your end?
It's beautiful. It's sunny, beautiful. How about down everywhere else?
Uh, I'd say I see blue sky, so mix of clouds and sun.
Okay. Because I'm going to be, now what's the Siskiyou Pass going to be like tomorrow? Do you know?
Oh, I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, snow is predicted for next week, so I
Of
think
Oh,
you're
course.
good.
you're you're good to
Right when
go.
we're all going to Pels, indeed.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
I'm going
hopefully
to,
the airports are going to be operable. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that things don't go awry and we don't have a problem with getting on airplanes.
well, that's better than, I just have to drive over the Siskiyou Pass tomorrow afternoon and then Saturday afternoon come back.
Oh,
So
I think you'll be fine. Yeah.
yeah, because I don't do snow. Like one little flake of snow and I'm freaking out. Been on the coast too long.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Michelle. Good morning,
Good
Mark. Good
morning.
morning, Coach. Yeah, Coach, I didn't even use the link you just sent out. I just went to the one I already had. So
Well, I
guess there
think
was a
the one I
problem.
sent out was broken.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad to see that everybody was able to get in. I went to your sheet you sent us, and that one didn't work.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, don't tell me about. I can't wait. That's the hardest thing about being governor is friggin' links for Zoom meetings. You'd think that there would be some more challenges, but no, that's it. Good morning, DGE, DGN. And here comes Peggy.
Yes, I also had trouble with that. I had to go back through my files and find an old one and click on it.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
thanks
am
for
I going to
being.
see you today at Corvallis?
Yes, 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 yes. I'm excited. Are you?
Yep. I'm
Good.
I'm leaving this meeting about 10 till so that I can get out of here and get down to Corvallis from Albany and be there early. So
All
I'll
right.
bid adieu now and then just blast when I have to. Leave it in Coach's good hands.
You
You'll
think
be
you
in
can
good
handle
hands.
it?
I think he can handle it.
I'm going to go check, see if anybody else emailed me back and said, hey, you gave me a wrong link.
I'm
Yeah,
here,
let me
but
check my. I see your name, Mike. So I
yeah,
know you're
I'm
here.
I'm in the car today.
Yep, I'm going to be in the car before the hour's over.
We just picked up a dozen new chicks for our chicken farm.
Oh, good.
And they're noisy.
All right. Well, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to not keep you hostage. We're going to get this thing started. I'm so excited to have everybody here and getting ready for our next weekend up in Seattle. So let's go around the room real quick and celebrate our club. So, Robbie, would you like to go first?
Oh, wow. Celebrate our clubs. Huh. Well, they're all doing great, and all the PEs will be at Pell's. So that's a great celebration as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
And I do have a Zoom meeting with them all at noon today to answer any last minute questions, et cetera, et cetera. So,
Well, you're doing a good job corralling your cats. Good job.
thanks.
Steve? I don't have much new to report. Just working with the clubs to get them their $500 express grants and just herding cats. But we're moving along. So that's about all I got for this one. No, that's great. Thank you. Mark?
Everybody seems to be doing good. I've got two that still need to put in for their grants, the $500 grants. And I was reviewing all of their goals, and it looks like nobody's really looked at their goals. Yeah, so I'll be bringing that up with them individually and see if we can get some of that stuff checked off.
Good job.
Yeah. Way to be proactive. Peggy?
Yeah. I have, I think all of the clubs finally have their president-elects after 5. Last time I talked to, they thought they had. I've been out of town for 2 weeks, so I'll check with them again to make sure they have their Pels candidate. Two of my clubs have been really excited about the peace polls. The Philomath Club has put up 2 or 3 more, so they have several. And the Greater Corvallis Club just got their, or just in the process of getting one, and they're pretty excited about that. Can't get the other 2 clubs excited about peace polls, but I keep trying. And then I have a club that keeps nagging me about getting their Tri-Rotary. All the clubs are excited about Tri-Rotary campaign. And one club is really bugging about the materials. You know when we'll get them?
I would think within a week, I'm going to say 2 weeks just to make sure.
Okay.
Deanna had them all ready to send out, and then she got sick and skipped a week there. So that's what the delay is.
Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Ian?
Yeah, so the Rogue Valley After 5 Club held a
prospective member social, and they had 15 non-members show up, which was huge, and it was a very lively event, and it has worked out to their benefit. They've got several new members potentials in the pipeline, so it was great to attend that. Medford Rotary has their annual Crab Crack on March 14th. And I believe they're close to maybe being sold out on that. Jacksonville Applegate held an event last night for their Tanzania projects, international projects. And then Medford Rogue, this 2 weeks ago, or last week, 2 weeks ago, had their annual Winter in Candyland event, and they had over 5,000 people attend this year, which was 1,000 more than last year, which was 1,000 over the other previous year. So, and it's a free community event for kids, and pretty successful. We have a joint meeting tonight with our presidents and president-elects to kind of get the PEs prepared for Pels, and it's time to share ideas from our presidents to the PE line. So I'm looking forward to that. So other than that, I think that's all I got.
That's super. I got to text Amy Walsh. So Scott, would you like to go next?
Okay. In fact, the text you sent out this morning wouldn't work for the Zoom meeting.
Yes.
So then there were a couple other responses there, and I finally went back to an old email and found another response, but just so you know. So, okay, so Roseburg and Sutherland are both hanging in there. Sutherland has their big auction coming up this spring, here in a couple months. Roseburg Club is working. They worked out a deal with the county to long-term lease on the building out by River Forks Park to go along with the Festival of Lights. So they have a Christmas village in that building, and they're looking for funds and trying to redo and revamp that building for other projects as well. So that's their big push right now. Festival of Lights was very successful. They're reviewing the things there. The Rotary auction for the lambs and at the fair for pigs and steers has had some major changes in organization with the county fairgrounds, 4-H and FFA trying to get that, and the Rotary Club. So getting that many groups to work together is always interesting. But they've got a new management committee, and it looks like it should be much improved.
Great.
So,
thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. You're doing good things right there. Gary?
Good morning. Most of the clubs right now, their things are coming in the spring or later towards the summertime. So not a lot going on. I know my club in particular is doing a leadership fundraiser right before the conference in May. And so one of the conference speakers, Michael Angelo Caruso, will be the speaker for the event. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're getting everything off the ground right now for that. So stay tuned, more to come. So right now it's just getting everybody to Pels and moving on from there.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, that'll be a fun event with her. So Mike Hewitt, and then Kiever, you'll be next.
Morning, all. I guess a little bit of update. Port Orford just had their crab feed. We don't know the exact results, but it was a very well attended event, and it sold out. So we're assuming we'll make the money. It all depends on the price of crab. It always does. Other than that, Port Orford's going to put a couple of new members on again. And we have a couple of more potential. So it's working out that way. I've been working on with the district on the water grant for Guatemala, and that's progressing rather slowly, but we're getting there. And so it's a fun time to learn new things.
Absolutely. Mike, thank you very much, and drive safe. Kiever?
Hey, good morning. So Yeah, things are looking up here in the Central Oregon. Sisters Club unfortunately did have a member's wife pass away in a car accident, so that's been top of mind lately for all of us. But otherwise, Sisters is actually driving the ship pretty hard on the consortium of clubs of Central Oregon, and so that includes the 4 Bend clubs. And Tanya can comment on that further on their end. There's a lithium battery project that the Bend clubs are also getting everybody involved with recycling of lithium batteries. As far as Crook County up in Prineville, they were able to secure a president-elect leading into Pels, and that was a last-minute deal, but hopefully, it's kind of breaks the cycle of not having representation for many years with the Crook County Club. With Redmond, it's daddy-daughter dance season at the end of the month. We also have our scholarships going on, driving towards first grade literacy projects, working with the Interact club that is getting off the ground, working on an after-hour satellite club getting off the ground as well. And still need to find a home for Mike Hewitt's peace pole that his son delivered to me personally, and look forward to when we get that project all wrapped up. And up in Madras, I don't believe I've heard that there is a president-elect named. I just did text with the president up there. We've been in touch, trying to actually recruit her husband. That I got to sit with him and his family at one of their socials most recently. So trying to hype up some thinking outside the box leadership opportunities up there.
That's great. Thank you. As far as Josephine County, our 4 clubs have all the president-elects going to Pels. And I think, like Robbie, that's monumental for us to have them all up there. So we're looking forward to that. So at this time, I'd like to introduce past District Governor Amy Walsh for being persistent in getting the right link, since I was so organized and got the wrong link sent out. Amy, take it away.
Hi, folks. Good to see all of you. Thanks, Bruce, for inviting me. I am excited to be here. I believe that I'm also sharing the spotlight with our Rotary Leadership Institute chair, Gary Plano, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Is Gary going first or am I going first?
Amy, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'm here to talk about all things training and leadership development, and I'm excited always to talk about these things. Right now, I am very much focused on Pels as the OPCOM chair this year, and it's great to hear what our local folks are doing. I'm listening to things from the 10,000 foot level across the 9 districts, and there's a lot of challenges. It's specifically around the international front, and we are going to definitely see a hit in how many presidents-elect join us at Pels. But I'm pleased with all the efforts around the curriculum. We had our Learning Leaders practice weekend, some of which you all were there. Some of you were there, and some of you are participating as learning leaders, which is fantastic. Specifically, I'm thinking of Kiever right now. And so I just appreciate how much effort goes into the preparation of Pels and the investment that folks make in our presidents-elect. So they have what they need to be successful leaders of their club, which is something that is hanging out in my brain a lot these days. I think I'm noticing there's a lot of struggle with identifying the next leaders in clubs. And this has been true since before I was in my role as a governor, during the COVID years as governor, and the post-recovery. And that's sort of what led me to want to be a part of our district leadership and training, serving as the chief learning officer in the last couple of years because of that sort of need. And to that end, I'll let Gary talk specifically about what Rotary Leadership Institute looks like, but that was sort of our first area of focus, was bringing that back and really focusing on how we could deliver good leadership development so that maybe we could start to begin to fill some of these gaps, making it a little easier for folks to access leadership positions in their club and at the district level. And that's sort of leading me into the next sort of vision for where I want to go. And 2 things that I'm really excited about are sort of the next step for Rotary Leadership Institute. Gary and I've been talking about maybe a 2.0 for a while, and I've been thinking about the former District Leadership Academy and what that used to mean, and what that sort of earning a master's degree in Rotary did for us, and how we might think about that and bring that back. So my big picture vision for our district moving forward is to really spend some time and energy working with the assistant governors to sort of get some needs sensing. I'm really interested in what we're doing when we welcome members, and how we orient new members, and what the learning for members looks like within our clubs. So that's something that I'd like to do some collection to help build the content for our 2.0. And then I think if we look at the problem that we're facing, I'm working on a pitch for our district leadership team. Hopefully I'll get in front of them soon. But I think we should use the District Leadership Academy as an actual leadership academy, rather than the master's degree in Rotary, but a master's degree in leadership at the district level. And so maybe it's an elite sort of handpicked, you're nominated, and then you're offered an opportunity to dive deep into leadership development, specifically aimed at building out leaders at the district level. And I'm not just talking about district governor team. I'm talking about committee chairs, grants chairs, and collaborative things across clubs. There's lots of needs for leaders. The leadership grid seems to be a focus of your district leadership team every year, and how we fill the vacancies. And sometimes we make those jobs look insurmountable to the everyday Rotarian, and they just don't see themselves as being able to do that in their capacity as people who work and have families and are involved at their club. And I think that we have some opportunity there, and the Leadership Academy might help us do that. And then the 2.0 could really help us dive deep into club leadership, and help us really talk about leadership at the club level, and how that might look like leading from behind, not the front of the room. So maybe not always the president, but maybe it would lead folks to step into roles as presidents. But what does board leadership look like? What does serving as a club officer look like? What does leading a project look like? And what are the skills that you need to be good at that and feel successful in that, and make that accessible to folks? And so I think that would be a really good focus for the 2.0. So I've been doing a little bit of writing, and believe that we might have some opportunity there to really help folks step into leadership, and recognize that leadership isn't always a position. Sometimes it's just a capacity and a skill set that you bring to the table. So I'm excited about those things, and I'm eager to hear if you have any questions.
Anybody have questions for Amy? Sounds like your vision is reaching way out there. I love the way you're headed for this, and I'm looking forward to being up there at Pels with you.
Thanks, me too.
Nelson's question.
So I see that Kathy and Ed joined us, and past
Nelson has
district.
got his hand up, sorry.
Okay, Nelson, go ahead.
Actually, mine is not a question, but I just can't underestimate the amount of time and energy and work that goes into leading the Pels event that we have in Seattle. It is an enormous undertaking with a lot of moving parts. And the fact that we have somebody here with us today, Amy Walsh, leading that event, that just, accolades and appreciation has to come to Amy for stepping up to the plate and doing that. That is absolutely huge. Huge. We get every 10th year, I think, or maybe 9th year now, but every 10th year we District 5110 gets an opportunity to be able to do that. And it's an honor, it's a privilege, and it's a ton of work. So thank you, Amy Walsh.
Thanks, Nelson. It is a big opportunity, and it is a well-oiled machine with incredible leaders stepping into some really amazing things that make it a lot easier. It does seem to have picked up a little frenetic energy the last couple of weeks, so I'll be much more accessible in 2 weeks.
Anybody else? My screen doesn't show everybody at once, so.
I do just want to say that I am literally sitting here getting a voicemail message from a Scott Valley president saying that their PE is not registered and needs to get registered. So I'm going to kick that to Bruce Allen to respond to as DGE. If you
I
send
got
an
the same
email,
text.
you did.
Thanks,
Okay, good.
Sandy.
So if you send a message, send them to Val Tibbetts and she'll get them a link. I have to turn in final counts soon, so to the hotel. So you might squeak through today, but they're printing things. You're not going to squeak through much later than today.
Yeah,
So
thank you to Bruce Allen for his support of our president-elect from Crook County on the under the gun as well. Thank you.
yeah. If you ever are at Pell's, if you're at Pell's this weekend and you see anybody who says registration, please just tell them how amazing they are. I think that is the unsung hero of Pell's.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Amy, very, very much. If anybody else has any comments that they'd like to share, unmute and do so. But with that being said, Gary Plano, would you please take over?
All right. Thank you, Coach. And I also would like to echo Nelson's kudos to Amy for all of the work that goes into the Pell's operation. And being the OPCOM chair is an enormous lift. So deep appreciation to Amy for that. Also, Amy is a member of our faculty, our RLI faculty, and she is tireless in her support of so many of the not only teaching components of the seminars or the various modules, but also bringing so much of the logistical support. So I want to echo that deep appreciation to Amy. I want this to sort of be conversational, so there could be something that I share that you'd like to ask more about or ask me to go into a deeper dive. So please do that. Please raise your hand or wave or something so that we can get that. And I would invite Amy to continue to amplify, the conversation so that it's more of a sort of a give and take. I want to start with the term leadership because it has been a bit of a misnomer among some folks that have approached me over the past year and a half. And the fact that it's a Rotary Leadership Institute, many folks have said, oh, I didn't think I should attend this because I don't plan to be in leadership. So why would it apply to me? And someone from the Redmond seminar who is involved in a leadership role said to a person who commented about that, said, well, every Rotarian is a leader. The fact that we're people of action and that we want to make change in the world, we want to do good in the world, makes us a leader. So the Leadership Institute is for everyone. And as Amy was pointing out, the desire for potentially RLI 2.0 would be to take that broad umbrella of what is leadership and fine tune it to the kind of curriculum that you hope your board members or your committee leads or your presidents-elect might acquire, because that is a much more focused kind of curriculum than the one that we're offering. So many of the folks that have commented about the experience of Rotary leadership have said, wow, I wish I took this in my first year and now I'm in my 20th. Or someone in their third month said, I am so glad I did this because now I understand how all of these pieces work together. It begins to make sense to me. And people have commented that being a Rotarian isn't just about going to a Rotary meeting and hearing a program and having lunch. It's about getting involved in some action that's going to hopefully change the world in some positive way. So my focus is really around the power of the Rotary Leadership Institute concept and the fact that the graduates are among an elite group or a select group in the world because it is a set curriculum. And they get a pin and a certificate. And it means that they have completed a scope and sequence of some courses. And I hope that each of you, whether you're in the governor line or you're an assistant governor, have had an opportunity to take the seminar. And as one of a past district governor shared with me, is that the curriculum has changed over the years. And so if you took it 10 years ago, you might desire to take it again. In fact, the president of the Redmond Club, when we did the Redmond seminar in October, told me that this was his 5th RLI.
Wow.
5 of them. And each time he takes it, he gets something new from the experience. So I want to begin by sharing how important you as an assistant governor, I'm speaking largely to the AG line, because you in many ways are the boots on the ground that can help make this successful, this seminar a success. And I want to call out Peggy Sweet. Peggy, I so appreciated your follow through, your communication. So what Peggy did was, when asked, and Coach, thank you for taking the baton and understanding that, yeah, there's a lot of logistics in running a seminar that we have to work together on. And it's like putting on a mini conference multiple times in a year, figuring out a space, figuring out hotels, figuring out caterers or restaurants, getting people to a fellowship event. So that shepherding and that sort of welcoming is something that the faculty can't do alone, because we are there for a different purpose, but we certainly will help. But Peggy did an amazing job of lining up as many as, I want to say, 7 people, Peggy. You initially had about seven over the 3-day period that helped with various logistical aspects, whether it was welcoming people as they drove into the parking lot area on Saturday morning, directing where the parking issues were located, making sure they didn't park on the street and have to pay for on-street parking, or helping with breakfast in the morning, setting up rolls and taking out the juices and the cups and all of those things on the Sunday breakfast. So that is such an important role. And I think we started the concept of having the host club, whatever city we're having to host the event in, help us. And we were successful in Ashland, largely because Julie DeCaro, who was an AG at the time, helped us with some of those logistics, and was able to find a past president of Rotarian that helped us boots on the ground. And we built that idea. We had great success in Bandon. And at the Bandon RLI, we had the president of the Bandon Club. She and her husband happened to be caterers. And so they happened to be the folks that did our meal on that Saturday night. They opened up their restaurant or their catering space. Their club invited us to a wine and cheese fellowship hour before the dinner began. So we got to meet members of the local club. So all of those pieces are so important in helping make this a success, so that it doesn't land on just 1 or 2 people, but it really becomes a team effort at making this happen. So the fact that we're all leaders, we all will benefit from a Rotary Leadership Institute. I have in the past emailed the presidents of in all of your districts, all of your areas, and you over the course of the last few RLIs, asking if you would help spread the word, get the message about the event in the club newsletter. I've asked for presidents to make announcements at club meetings, but those are things that AGs could really help by initiating those conversations, getting folks to be thinking about RLI. Even though I send emails out, people generally don't read them. And so if they do, they're reading the first line or two, and then they stop. and then they would prefer to call me, which is fine. But if you would also be our eyes and ears in the clubs itself throughout the entire district, you could help explain what RLI, because many folks don't know, even though I write out, well, what is it? They're not sure what it is. So if there's a way for your presidents who've taken the training, who are RLI grads, could stand up and give a 1 minute, here's what it meant to me, sort of a Rotary moment on why the RLI was important, because I want to steal what Nelson shared many months ago. This is his idea, not mine, but that RLI is a leadership engine. It's the leadership engine that builds momentum for volunteerism, getting the work done, understanding all of the complexities of what Rotary is. So kudos to you, Nelson. I mean, I wish I came up with that idea, but I didn't. So that's something I hope you take away as you talk to your presidents about this. I will be emailing all of you and your presidents. I'm likely going to do that through DACDB and say, would you remind everyone about the Medford RLI that's coming up on May 30, 31. I did invite the Rogue Valley clubs already, and we already have 5 or 6 signups. So we're already up and running. We give the local region first opportunity for early registration, and then I will open it up to the district. But we are many months away, and it is a slow process. But having 3 months lead time, I have found, is the right amount of time, because people generally don't decide until about 2 or 3 weeks before the event. So let me sort of stop there and ask if you have any probing questions, clarifying questions that Amy or I might answer about RLI or about leadership or the things that we're trying to accomplish in the district. Yes, Ed?
Gary, thank you for your presentation, by the way, and thank you for your leadership on this program. My club has sent, I guess, 4 this year already, and every single person that's been a participant has come back and raved about the program and what they were able to glean from it. And they've reinforced that it's a leadership development program. It's not a leadership reinforcement program. So I don't know if from a marketing standpoint, it's possible to tweak the name a little bit and put the word development in there. But that said, the way we promote it is leadership development, just not, it's not a leadership club program.
Yeah.
So once again, thank you very much.
Appreciate that, Ed. Thank you.
Can I just say something really quick about the cross club collaboration aspect that I think is really beneficial? I sort of took that for granted when I joined Rotary, because I joined Rotary because of the Great Rotary Duck Race and having the area clubs all be a part of that. And so when I joined, I felt like I had friends in 13 clubs. And so I could visit clubs easily. I could bring new members to clubs easily in my area because I was so comfortable. And so even though it's not just limited to the area, they tend to be sort of populated by the local area pretty heavily. So for example, in Corvallis, we had folks from Albany and Corvallis clubs, and some from within an hour drive tends to be a sort of a big number of folks that are coming. And of course we had folks from Redmond and et cetera. So there's always the exception to that. But what I love about it is that they're getting to know each other and build relationship across those clubs. And I think that strengthens the opportunities for collaboration, for confidence. I think it does that new member growth and opportunity when you can say, maybe a Tuesday morning club is not a good fit for you, but let me go with you to the Tuesday evening club and help you connect to them, because you have a person there that you can actually do sort of like a warm handover to. I think it really is helpful. So I think that's one of the happy benefits of doing these institutes, is that we are building relationships across the district that are really pretty cool.
I just want to concur with that, Amy. My experience 10 years ago, when I did the RLI, it was over a 3-week period. And the last one, I could not attend the local one, and I went to the one in Eugene. And so I got to meet a lot of people from up north, and what a fabulous experience for connections and collaboration. So, and I love how the RLI that you guys have in place now, that you bring Rotarians from all over the district to different locations and they get that experience. So thank you. And I'm excited to see what RLI 2.0 is going to bring to our district. So thanks.
Anybody else have anything for Gary?
So
Or
could I
Amy?
just ask Coach, who would the AGs? I know Ian would be one in the Rogue Valley. Is there another AG I should reach out to?
Actually, Ian and Janelle are on top of
yeah.
it. They,
Okay.
Ian, you
Janelle.
want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, not too many details, yeah, but Janelle and I have already kind of informed our club presidents about the upcoming opportunity here. So we're starting to spread that word, and we're going to have that discussion again tonight. So we're ready to assist where we can on that front.
Okay, thank you, Ian. So I would like to, I'll reach out to you and Janelle because there would be an opportunity to find some volunteers that would help us with specific sort of volunteer duties, if you will. And maybe
Yeah.
you could connect me to the folks or presidents similar to what Peggy did. I think Peggy reached out to the clubs and found the names of folks based on the need that we had, and I'll connect with you and Kathleen. It's Kathleen, right?
Janelle.
Janelle.
Yeah.
Got it,
And
got it.
as we have that meeting tonight, we've kind of already started to, you know, not give any specific details, but kind of sharing with our club presidents about this upcoming event. And so we can kind of remind folks tonight to
Great.
start thinking about that and
Excellent.
thinking about people to help with that. So,
Okay.
Well, and we also have an ace in the hole. Michelle has already volunteered to pick up anything and everything with their safety net. So I think it's going to be well attended, not only by participants, but by volunteers. You're going to be in good hands with the Medford clubs. So I thought it was national, but it's in Medford, right?
It's in Medford, yes.
Okay, perfect.
At the United Way of Jackson County. So we have a great space for a wonderful price, and that's what we'll be.
That's super. So I know our district governor is going to be leaving us here in a few minutes. So Chris, do you want to make some comments before you have to sign off?
One thing, I'm going to be rechecking the information I sent out about which clubs have submitted and received their $500 grants. I was trying to look at the approved voucher folder that Kim keeps, and I got a feeling that some of them might have been moved into another folder. So I'm going to cross-check that with our financial statements and see if it balances and see what's missing there. So if there were some missing from your area, let me know, and I will try to get to that probably Saturday is the next opportunity I have. But I do understand that there are some that Mike Hewitt's area and Robbie's, so that I'll make sure I'm following up and we get those taken care of. And if they haven't submitted them, don't leave that money on the table. There's been some amazing ways clubs are using that money. And that's thrilling to see. I put it in a newsletter recently, so you can get online and look at how other clubs are using that money and get some ideas if your clubs don't have any. But thank you. Yes, I have to go to Corvallis Club today and meet with them.
All right. Well, safe travels and thanks for being on the call. Kathy, would you like to talk about anything that's going on celebration-wise in Eugene area?
We are having all kinds of fundraisers in this area. Starting like March, we have March 4th, 5th, and 6th. Different clubs are doing fundraisers right in a row there. interesting ones. There was one just last week too that was a black tie bingo. I don't know if anybody's reported on that, but Chris, did you go to that? Did you make it?
I couldn't, but it sounded from I did a makeup at the Delta Club last week, and it sounded like it was beyond their expectations. They're definitely planning on making an annual event out of it. So
Yeah.
they were quite excited.
Yeah. And Southtown is doing something really novel this year as a fundraiser. I haven't heard of it being done anywhere locally. It's a golf ball drop. We're doing it on May 3rd, and we're having it up at Shadow Hills Golf Course, and there'll be raffles and silent auction and dinner and different things going on too. But we're having a helicopter drop golf balls that people have purchased and that we have numbered, and the golf ball that gets closest to the hole on the drop wins a big prize. So it's kind of a neat idea. It's a lot of effort getting a helicopter to go in and drop golf balls on a golf course, but should be fun. And there's family activities and everything planned there at the golf course at the same time. So that's kind of it.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Ed, do you have anything to talk about with your clubs?
Just a couple of tidbits. The Greater Albany Club just this past weekend held its annual Crab Fest or Crab Feed. I never remember what they call it. Why that's difficult for me, I don't know. Feed and fest go together for me. Yeah, and it was successful. They reported this is the second year in a row that they've partnered with the United Way of Lynn and Benton counties. And so the United Way basically runs the show with volunteer help and sharing proceeds back to the club. The club initially started the whole thing. Chris, I don't remember. Bruce, are you there somewhere? They reported this last meeting, Chris was at the meeting, that it was successful once again. And I guess the club's share of the proceeds was around $20,000-$30,000, something like that. And that's just 20% of the net revenue. So it's a pretty healthy event. My club's annual fundraiser is the Downtown Wine Walk, and that is scheduled for May the 1st. Every year, it's always the first Friday of the month. That's our big, largest fundraiser of the year. So we're looking forward to that. We generate net proceeds of around $20,000 for that. Lebanon doesn't have a major fundraiser. Chris and I were there yesterday, and so they're still trying to figure that one out. But I think they're encouraged by Chris's visit yesterday to look for a good way to cement themselves in the community again. I guess that's it for now.
All right. Thanks, Ed. Thanks for being on the call. I see that Rick Fuller has joined us, and I'd like you to tell us about what's going on in your area, Rick.
It's a little bit calm at this time, but in May, the Waurika Club will be doing their annual bike tour. April, I believe, is the time for Scott Valley to do their melodrama. And
no, that's tomorrow. Well, it starts tomorrow because I'm going.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've been a little out of touch. I've had some surgeries and stuff, so I'm trying to catch up. And I do know in September will be the Montague Balloon Fair. And Montague's done a lot of other little things. They actually have a traveling bar, BAR, and they hire out to other nonprofits for providing their bar service. So that's kind of an interesting way of making a few bucks. And we got, I think, all the clubs with the $500 grant. I know Montague is getting a big tent that's branded appropriately. So things are moving along, looking, of course, for the new year and the new officers coming in and Pels. So things are going good.
All right. Well, the Scott Valley PE reached out today, evidently, and is going to get signed up for Pels. So that's awesome. All right. Thanks, Rick. Are there any other AGs that I missed? Okay. With that being said, DGE, it's your floor for a second. I mean, like 30 seconds, buddy.
For me? No, actually, as been pretty redundant this whole meeting is, this is the last week, literally 7 days before Pels. Very, very exciting. Looking forward to seeing all of you as AGs there. For those that are going to be there, I hope you've all seen the email from EAG coach about having a meeting. I believe that's Friday afternoon. So if you can be there, it'd be great.
Friday,
Welcome
2:00. What's the suite number?
3152. Basically the first one off the elevator to the right. It has a mop rack in it and a couple of brooms. And a whole lot of toilet paper for some reason. But anyway, that's my room. But anyway, no, other than that, everybody's done a great job. Looking forward to meeting all the new PEs, and we'll be meeting Friday morning at 8:00 and starts the show. And that's my 30 seconds. Thank you all for being here.
All right. Thank you. Michelle?
I'm excited to be up at Pels and just absorbing all the energy and meeting all the current presidents and chatting about their succession lines. And I want to thank all of you for what you do in your areas. AGs are the best role, one of the best roles, if not the best, I feel, in Rotary. And so thanks for all you do to make our district amazing.
Thanks, Michelle. Appreciate it. Past District Governor Jim Polk, thanks for joining us. Do you have anything to say?
Just sorry I won't be at Pels. My knee surgery forced me to not register, and now they've changed that. So I will not be at CLA because of that. So yeah, life is fun. Body replacement parts create issues. Anyway, you guys are doing great. Just keep it all up.
Okay, past District Governor Nelson.
No, I think we all have to be excited about all the different opportunities that we have within Rotary, and as it presents itself, either through the RLI that Gary and Amy both spoke about, District Leadership Academy. That's interesting. There's going to be a lot more discussion about that, I think. But I think that's a wonderful opportunity to really invest in with our time and our energy to learn more about Rotary so that we can become better Rotarians and help people understand the bigger picture. I think that's part and parcel to what this whole process is about. Rotary is more than just a lunch club with friends. I mean, it's on a global scale, and we get to take part in it. So enjoy.
Thanks, Nelson. Appreciate your words. So, Amy and Gary, do you have anything else you'd like to add before I have a couple of announcements?
I would just add my appreciation to each of you for all that you do to support Rotary and the individual roles and the collective role that you have with leadership in clubs and so on. So my appreciation to each of you.
Yeah, I would echo that, and that as you step into the role, if there are opportunities for support or development for you all, that that the leadership team stands ready to support you and support your needs as you serve and what I think is the best job in Rotary. I see Mike Hewitt has his hand up.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, this is on the peace side of things, and since this is peace and conflict resolution month for Rotary, the Rotary Club of Port Orford starting on Monday evening, and I'll send an email out we're going to have a program on Zoom and at our club area starting at 7 o'clock. And we're going to shepherd people through the Rotary Peace Academy and encourage them to learn more about peace. And so anybody that would like to attend that, you can do it by Zoom if you wish. But we're going to have a program here as a Peace Club and shepherd that through. So it's something that's coming up.
That's going to be a great opportunity, Mike. Thank you very much. So anybody else? Robbie, go ahead.
Well, it is RILA time, and I have to thank Mike Hewitt for helping get a medical professional to RILA, so I'm very happy about that. I have been sending out information to club presidents, to treasurers, to all the RILA folks listed in DACDB, which are not many, but AGs, if you could just touch base with your clubs about RILA, that would be awesome. I did talk with one club via Zoom because they explained to me that they just didn't have the bandwidth to do RILA. They just didn't have the personnel to promote or to interview. And so I suggested to them that they could always sponsor a camper without going through any of that, because we have plenty of alternates that need sponsorship. And so they did agree to that. So I'm very excited about that. So my hope is that every single club in our district will either send campers or sponsor campers. That's my goal.
That's a great sell. Nice job. Okay, I don't see any other hands up or trying to go back and forth. Amy, do you see anybody else? Okay. All right. So upcoming events, obviously Pacific Northwest Pels is coming up February 20th and 22nd up at SeaTac. CLA, April 11th in Cottage Grove. DISCON, May 15th and 17th through the 17th in Eugene at the Valley River Inn. And as Gary mentioned, RLI in Medford, May 30th and 31st. I just have to tell you that I appreciate all of you AGs and the DG line giving me this opportunity to be a part of it, first of all. But this last 2 weeks, I reached out to all of our AGs personally and our AG elects just to touch base and see how things are going. And I found out that I should have been doing it a little bit sooner. We've had some surgeries going on, some health issues, and some things that we don't broadcast around with the group. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody was in a good place. And so my first question to everyone was, how are you doing? How's your health? And it kind of took everybody back for a minute until I explained that, well, I've been finding out we got some issues. So that was a real thing. But anyway, I'm also looking very forward to being a learning leader up at Pels. And any of you that have time that aren't doing A or SSAG things or learning leader things, and you want to come up to the Resource Center on Saturday from 2:50 to 5:50, you can come up, and there's 11 or 12 different places where you can step in and help, or you can just be a greeter up there and just welcome the PEs that come up, or anybody else that's coming up there looking for some help. So that's another one of those little titles that I could have, Resource Center Coordinator. But other than that, I just appreciate what we do. Amy touched on